President, Deputy Shortall and our party, the Minister and all the Senators and Deputies who supported this piece of legislation. As has been recognised, I think Deputy Shortall has described it as a modest difference, but I think a very real and significant difference for many, many parents and families. As has been said, raising a child is one of the most, I suppose, important things that anyone will ever do. It's something that I suppose is an ambition for many and is, I suppose, a treasured part of people's lives as well. But it is a very challenging thing to do in a context of a society that is increasingly focused on work. It is a hard thing to do to raise a child when you are in work and full-time work or trying to get back to work. And schemes such as this are vitally important to support parents in raising a child. I think that there is a need for much more. This does give an awful lot of flexibility, increased flexibility that is certainly required, but we need to do more. Deputy McGrath has alluded to summer camps. There was, I believe, somewhere in Cork on Sunday, there was a Summer Camps Expo on Sunday, which I suppose, I'm sure many of those summer camps are very valuable. I'm quite certain that they are, but I think it's an insight into people's anxiousness to when the summer holidays are on, when children are out of school, the difficulties of balancing minding children and being able to work. There are many other challenges as well, I think, compared to other European jurisdictions. We have an awful lot more to do in terms of not just early years education, but in terms of wraparound childcare to facilitate people. Obviously, it's a challenge for people when school finishes at 2:30 and there isn't after-school provision. I think that needs to be provided. I also think that, valuable as this legislation is, there are many that won't be able to avail of it because they won't be able to afford to avail of it. And that's not a criticism of Deputy Shortall's bill. Obviously, they couldn't bring forward legislation to increase parental benefit or anything like that, because that would be a charge in the Exchequer. But it's something that urgently needs to be done, because, yes, if you can afford to take the leave, I'm sure many will do so, but many others will not be in a position to do so. So, as I say, this is a very valuable piece of legislation. I agree with the sentiments around the need for greater information. I think that many parents aren't aware of the full benefits that exist here, but we need wraparound childcare. We need to ensure that, well, I suppose another point that I would make is, are we entirely confident when mothers are returning from, when they are anticipating having children, when they're returning from pregnancy, are we entirely confident that every employer is treating that as they should, that they're being treated fairly? And I think that's an issue that needs to be tackled as well. A need for wraparound childcare and a need for increased investment in parental benefit as well as parental leave. But it is, as has been acknowledged, a very difficult thing to bring private members' legislation through all the stages of Dáil and Seanad, and it's a significant achievement. Agus cogard agus leis an méid sin, agus cogard agus le gachtainna a chachig leis ina measc an airagus na rainn.